Hello guys, I hope you are all doing good. We are Wednesday morning, 7:30, pretty early here. I didn't want to wake up actually. I wanted to continue sleeping, but I needed to release a video, and the next video on my channel should have been a tutorial video. But I should have about 4 versions of these, and I couldn't take it anymore. I wanted to change the pattern again, and I just needed a pause at the end. I needed a break from this project, so it will be on a hiatus, and I will take it when I'm refreshed. So now I'm working on octagon number 5, because an octagon number 4 is the size of a blanket, and it is way too much. I wanted to finish it fast, but it's too big now to continue, and I don't want to make it just to be finished. I want to enjoy it a little bit, so I'm touching it from now and then when I pause from other projects. I wanted to shoot those two to make tutorials. Actually, I shoot it, and I'm not satisfied of what it turned out, so I'm going to work on the pattern too. We'll see that for later. Thank you so much for all the messages I got from my first video, and I'm so happy you enjoy it. Yesterday, I stumbled upon, actually not stumbled, because someone tagged me on a video of an account on TikTok, and on the video the person was showing an octagon cardigan. So I checked the account and I was like, this really looks like my pattern, but I don't know the person, so I can't say if they wanted to do it on purpose or just a coincidence, who knows. But that was weird to see it, and I don't know how to feel about it. Maybe it just was a coincidence that 1 week after I released my first video, that person just released theirs, and the account was in a language that I didn't know, so I don't know what they're talking about in the video. I sure was not mentioned anywhere, and I knew that technique would revolutionize the hexagon technique in some way, but I didn't know it would be this fast, that people would appropriate the technique. I know I didn't invent it in some way, I just transformed the hexagon technique actually, and I don't know, I really don't know how to feel about it. It's weird, but I don't know the person, so I cannot blame them, even though they were inspired by my technique and my videos. What can I do? And maybe they weren't, and the actual technique is not exactly the same. The beginning is different, and I feel weird. Anyway, I began a new octagon project. Look at the colors I picked. It has an autumn feel, but I love the color. It's cotton. I don't know how to say those characteristics in English. There's a translation. So it's combed, cast, and mercerized. 100% cotton. Can't read the brand because there's a price tag just over it. And if I remove it, Caline. Caline. It means cuddly, but I guess it's a French brand that I bought at the shop. Anyway, so this is a long sleeves version. You can see there's the long sleeves here, and the difference between this start is that here you have an even number start, and with this one you have an odd number of start. And this is a technique I didn't invent. I saw it on Instagram. I thought about it, then I don't know if Instagram read in my head, but I wanted to show another version. If you wanted to start with an odd number of rows, and if you wanted to have an odd number repetition, like here, for example, 3 rows. So if you want to have only 2 rows per row, you can start with this technique. And if you want to have an odd number, you can start with this technique. And it suggests like 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, but I'm using a 5. And I use the classical granny stitch, like cluster 3 double crochets and chain 1. So I want to release this pattern as soon as I'm finished and shoot the tutorial video with that tiny version so that it's easier. It's so much easier to keep the work in frame when I shoot the tutorials with the tiny version. I want to do this full time, you know that. And I'm looking forward to the moment I can do that. And that's why I was so upset yesterday, because I wasted about 3 or 4 days to shoot that tutorial video, and I ended up not liking it. And it was too long. Actually, I was filming a video about 20 to 30 minutes of theory colon calculation of the counting of the stitches and the rows. And I was like, I trust so much this technique and calculation that I don't really need to think a lot when I do them. And I wanted to space them with more reflection required project. And I should have known that I needed to stick to octagon for now until I run out of ideas, because I know that people would appropriate and will assimilate on purpose or not that technique, because I am aware of the volume. I'm aware of how big it is getting, and I didn't see it coming this fast, but yeah, I need to kind of hurry in making my versions before somebody else does. Because now that it is released, everybody can make their versions. And that's good. I am so happy I inspire people, but I want to, it is only normal to want to be the first one to try something. And yeah. But at the same time, I'm not afraid, because I have a lot of ideas in my head, and I know that I will not run out of ideas, even though it is not about the octagon. And I trust myself. I trust my creativity. I just felt weird yesterday not being tagged on that something, and it was weird. The first thing I checked was the dates. I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I stole unpurposely the idea of that person. And no, actually, I was the first one to release my videos. And I was like, we're on TikTok. Even the first video I released about the octagon had a lot of views, not that lot, but about 90 to 100K, I don't know. And there was a lot of chance that person would run out into my videos, but I don't know. I actually don't know. And I'm surprised I didn't see theirs. Actually, the hashtags were different, as the person is not speaking in English nor French. And yeah, maybe that was the reason. And one of my videos has like 2 million views, so like you said, they run into mine. But they made their first video like 1 week, a little bit more than 1 week after I released the first octagon cardigan pattern. And even before the pattern, I made the TikTok. So I opened my TikTok to check what was going on there, and I saw that the person answered my comments, and I don't think they understand what I said because they just like them, and said that it was not hard to come up with the idea and that the inspiration is in the air. And I don't know if they were talking about me, saying that it was not hard for me to come up with the idea and that I don't have no credit for it, or if they say it was not hard for them to come up with the idea coming from the hexagon technique. And that's the whole point. It was not hard, but I came back into crochet like 5 months ago in the beginning of this year. And I made only one hexagon cardigan. And the second time I wanted to make something like long sleeves, anything like a top. I was like, I always do one piece stuff. Why wouldn't I adapt this into a one piece technique? But what is their excuse not to have released and thought about it before? I'm not blaming them. I just say if the inspiration was floating in the air, why didn't they grab it before? Why just now? And I know I'm vowed to disappear from the association of the octagon technique to my brand name. I don't know. I know it will just become an octagon technique just like the hexagon one, as nobody does say like that person's technique, the hexagon technique. Now, I think in few years, few months, it will just be the octagon technique, not the drama crochet octagon technique. And it's okay. I would know here that I made history. And maybe I will develop. Should I talk about my future projects and risk them to be taken? That's why when I made the first octagon, I was like, I need to make everything out of it, like a pattern, a tutorial video, because I knew if I didn't, someone else would have done. It's been a while I didn't try those long sleeves technique. I actually already used this like in my dodecagon techniques on my French YouTube channel, and maybe I will shoot another version in English, but that would be, or I could translate the other one in English. Actually, someone asked to translate it in English, and I was like, oh my gosh, the video is about 1 hour, and I was like, I don't think so, but maybe I will shoot another version and with less blah blah. but the blah blah is needed. So, that would be a lot of work. So I'm just trying to sort out all my ideas and put some hierarchy in there, because the list of tutorial to shoot to film is endless. And now is the season for light tops and stuff. So I want to focus on the lighter projects for now. I'm going to finish my octagon series. I try to finish it, I don't know when. I should take some vacations from work to do this. Or, I don't know. Work is kind of useful though. Just kidding. I really need my work for now. I hope I can quit soon. But yeah, for now I can't. I need to work. I need to release more videos and see if this is not just temporary, like ephemeral. If this is not just temporary and that the buzz will fade, and that, yeah, I don't know. I need to confirm the success. I had to confirm that this is working. Yeah, what the? When you arrive at the end of the yarn, there is always some challenge. Oh, please don't do this. Yes. Actually, that is the problem with those kind of yarn. It is really small. I really want to have like big skeins of those, or like cones. But yeah. Maybe I should open a shop of yarn shop, mercery shop. Or Friday morning, I closed the sleeves, and I don't know if I'm going to make a collar or just a simple border. It's hard to say that. Or no border at all. I like the color. It's spicy. And yeah, I'm almost done, and I can't wait to make the tutorial, because it's a tutorial that I master. It's something that I already know how to do, to make, because the last ones that I tried to record, to shoot, were complete fail because I didn't master the pattern at all, and I wanted to change it until the last time and even after. That's why I wanted to take a break from that one and take it when I wouldn't have anything else to do, when I'm done with the octagon series. The 2 past week may put a lot of pressure on my shoulder, because I wanted not to disappoint you guys. I wanted to provide a tutorial and pattern of quality. And now that there are so many of you that follows me and subscribed to my videos, I need to upgrade. Something happened to me on TikTok. Someone sent me a message to ask if they could order a cardigan. I said yes, of course. And they asked how it would be shipped to the US. I was like, US, it's kind of expensive. It would be around 30 to 40 euros. And the person said, yeah, no problem. I can afford that. And the person asked if I could make another cardigan. So they wanted to buy 2 cardigans. One that I needed to make. It's like custom order. And I was like, okay, I bought the yarn. And before I started, the person asked if they could pay through PayPal. I was like, yes, but don't you want to wait until I finish the cardigan before buying it, just in case you don't like it? And they said, no, I want this deal to be sealed and stuff like that. I was like, okay, send the money here. It will be this cost exactly. And they said, okay. So I just paid. Did you have a mail or something? I was like, no, I had nothing. And they said, maybe it has a delay. Check your mailbox. I was like, I didn't say anything at that time, but I checked actually in my mailbox, and there was a message from PayPal at gmail.com. And I was like, this is so fake. And actually, there was a hint in the message of the person where the sentence was really weirdly turned. And I was like, is a Native American, shouldn't talk like that. And actually, it was a scam. So guys, be careful. They are everywhere. I don't care that I missed, I don't care about the money because I was procrastinating so much on that project. And I'm happy not to have to do it. I figure out now that I don't like custom orders. I really don't like reproducing. I just like creating. I don't like reproducing over and over again. So, yeah. I turned the project into something else. They chose brown and white for the second cardigan, and I turned it into another project of a long sleeve octagon, and I can't wait to show it to you too, and to make a tutorial and stuff. But for now, I'm almost done. So it is actually done if I don't make a border of this cardigan. Actually, the length of the sleeves were tests too, so they are not very long. I don't know if I'm going to make some cuffs at each end, and I'm going to test it to see if I want a border or if I want it to stay like this. Actually, I didn't expect the sleeves to be this short. But yeah, I have the measures now, and I will definitely suggest it to make the base longer. But it's so soft. Like, it's so easy to wear. I don't know, should I make the border? I'm just going to make a single crochet border actually. And here's the result. It looks so fine. The geometry is just perfect as usual. And I just made a border of single crochet, just one row, and it looks cool. The sleeves are shorter than I thought, but it's okay as I didn't have enough yarn anyway to make it longer. And now I have all the informations I need to write the pattern and guide you through how to make the sleeves longer or shorter. And I didn't make cuffs because they were too short to make cuffs. And I'm going to make that on my next project, which is this one. Ah! I frocked it by accident. Anyway, I'm going to make cuffs for this one, and a border and a collar that I saw on TikTok. And I'm going to add the person that inspired me to make the collar. It is so brilliant and so classy. I can't wait to share all that with you guys. And yeah, thank you to have watched this video. And anyway, bye.